Alright, this is not a tour video. This is actually even running at 100%. This is as uninterrupted as I could do, but I didn't want it to stop in the middle. So there's a lot of like 5-second breaks when I, stopped recording, waited for it to save the file fully recorded. So there's a couple jumps, but I tried to do it as often as possible. Plus, there's like 3 places I needed to go. I needed to stop for like a couple minutes to Pokemon and stuff and get my bearings, especially if I was making a right turn. I've never actually really gone out here before, but I didn't start at the house, so I started a bit north of even Oster Park. So enjoy the ride, guys. It's certainly not nearly as annoying as listening to the sound. I just felt like doing a talking, and there's several people that do gaming channels that just sort of mash together them doing busy work in the background on a video game while they actually talk. And I don't really have that kind of thing, so here's a bike ride. It's like 33 minutes long, and it gives me a lot of time to just talk. It's bumpy, but like I said, this is 100% speed. I thought maybe I could, if we get it, whatever. It's Saturday morning. It's almost 9 o'clock, and I made sure that this was the best quality video, the actual visuals. I'll be drinking coffee. I'm just not really in the mood. You'll see, for those of you who understand the Netherlands, who understand Amsterdam, where I went. I went from Oost, and this is heading out to the other side. But anyways, so this is day 62, I believe. Calendar would have had a game today. Not list what game it was. I was just in the process of writing down when we had games so that Aaron could do his D&D stuff around when there was a game. And so that's that. But it's the 16th of May and the 16th of March. So regardless whether this is day 62 or 61 or whatever, this is 2 months. Yeah, February 16th we did the Dominators. We would have had a game at Crusaders on the 15th, but that didn't happen, and then, yeah. Today would have been a home game versus Rotterdam. Anyways, so we have so far missed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, this will make game 6. We would have only had 2 games left in the regular season. A couple days ago, I went out and did some long snapping, and as I've told people in much more private chats, but not like secret chats, and I'm just going to say the thing here, it's I've had morning pisses that have gotten less directions than that ball. And so I'm taking the advice of a fictional character, and I'm not going to try to half-ass 2 things. I'm going to whole-ass 1 thing. I'm not giving up on football, Javon. But it's called a reassessment of priorities. That's how we adults talk about it. Reassessment of priorities. Don't half-ass 2 things, whole-ass 1 thing. Anyways, so, technically I'm still probably better than most everybody else on the team when it comes to long snapping, but, yeah, whatever. But part of the problem also, I mean, getting away from football is I'm feeling not really a part of the States. And it's stupid because I don't really understand why, like, how this happened. Um, I don't live in a calm sense. Things rush around me. And as much as I may complain about things going too fast around me, I would definitely prefer that over things going too slow. Because it feels like when things going too fast, that I have to play catch up. And while it is stressful, things are getting done. When things are going too slow and I'm waiting around, like many times on the bike, I hit behind someone that is making very gradual S curves because they have to keep balance because they're not pedaling hard enough. They're not going fast enough. And from the chest mount, you guys can see that I tap my thumbs back and forth, and I'm just waiting. And so I go around and I pass them, but this whole thing going on, it's frustrating because as of recently, I have found out that most of my news coming out of the States is behind, I say it's behind a paywall, but people will nitpick and compartmentalize and say, well, you don't actually have to pay for it. It's just a free subscription. It's not. I don't even, you don't have to subscribe. I mean, you don't subscribe to YouTube, per se. You make an account and you can subscribe to what you want. And it seems that most of my reliable news comes out of some 20-somethings in London, or a redneck in the panhandle of Florida, or John Oliver. SciShow and stuff are not that newsy stuff. They're science show and space and psychology and all that jazz. So it's not really political news. But the more I see people reacting on the States and how super serious they are, I mean, I even remember that there are many that their folks just, they seem like they've completely lost their mind. The ones that are basically the meme addicts. They share funny things and I share funny gifts back and people are like, ha ha ha. Like it always is. And I'm just like, you can't just take things so seriously and so panicked all the time. I completely understand that the Netherlands is not as broken, is not as locked up as many other countries, not even Germany. We seem to be doing fine over here, and while it feels like a level of privilege, there's occasionally a Dutch person that's like, we aren't locked down enough. I'm like, I get it, but there's just, I guess it's different from feeling not a part of the masses, not a part of where you were from when you're living in it versus when you're living outside it. And being bombarded by the rampant paranoia that I see over Facebook, everybody's got the wrong right facts. I don't have visual, but they have, and between Bill Gates putting nanoprobes in a vaccine because he's obviously rich and that's what, it's just like, is this a level of projection? Like, is this what you would do if you were super rich? You'd put nanoprobes and nanites inside a vaccine so you could control a population, or what? And it's stupid because I know that the
quiet people that actually have logical thinking and thought are the quiet people that don't say anything. So the stuff that gets out from the maelstrom, the stuff that gets outside are the people screaming at the top of their lungs. And those are dying breeds. I'm starting to understand a couple years ago why my Dutch teammates were asking me such strange questions about the United States. I was like, because that's not how it is. And I still know that's not how it is. But that's all the news I'm getting is this crazed paranoia that everything's out to get them and that people in the United States are looking to play the victim. And I don't get it. And the more relaxed I get, the more outside the United States I feel. I'm not becoming a massively neurotic mess. I'm not maintaining that anymore. And people seem to, well, you're not taking this thing seriously. And it's before Corona. It's been going on for a long time. It's been going on for a couple of years. Well, you're not taking this seriously. No, it's not that serious. It's actually demonstrably false or whatever. And I guess part of the thing that I worry about is if I actually do take a Dutch class, it's going to be just much more of a step to feeling like an outsider. I just looked up at my screen and I'm just now heading through Amsterdam Centraal. I've only been talking 11 minutes. I mean, I know this video is about half an hour. I just figured I just get things off my chest. It's a stream of consciousness video, but it has its own visuals because, you don't always have to see my face. Sometimes you can see the people getting off the ferry or traffic jams or whatnot. I'm going to be heading down to the bakery here soon, and, I have things to take care of over the next month. Things that are going to be happening, and even that affect these videos. Things have been in planning, and as much as I don't like to keep secrets, I'm trying to provide a bit of theatrics. Because I know people like theatrics or something. I don't know. It doesn't seem... As I watch other people do blogs, it's like... I don't know how, to get things to work. I understand how to make a video, but... with some people, I see them put in, very, very fast jump cuts and, weird sound effects. And I was like, that's... it's just so ADD and neurotic, and my brain can pay attention to it. And I feel sorry for Aaron when we have to watch some of these videos for gaming folks where it's just all over the place and moving around, and it's just the twitchiest thing. And I can pay attention to it, but I can't seem to make videos like that because I understand that most of my viewers are probably laid back, relaxed people that don't handle my level of brain. I mean, when I say my level of brain, I mean there's just the absolute speed everything goes through. I was thinking as I was editing, making sure that this video was smooth-ish, that I would just record almost what I was thinking at the time and reacting to what is this. I'm not a tour, but what my brain was thinking. Because, I don't know. I got super bummed out of the long snapping the other day. That was, Thursday? Yeah, it was Thursday night. A video went up yesterday. part of the benefit of this basket on the front of my bike is the fact that I can use it to align the camera a bit easier. I'm also noticing that the camera's tilted to the right a little bit more than I would think, but whatever. Yeah, looking at the comments right now. It says, "Don't quit, man. You have all of the quarantine to practice. Those Kipster balls probably have the worst grip I've ever seen, to be honest." Javon says, "Remembering my long snapping days." I don't know. I like watching the other football vloggers in Europe, but sometimes I realize exactly how, I guess the term is prototypical. I'm so different. I'm actually super unique. I don't have the urge to overly talk about God. I don't have Bible verses in the background. I mean, to be fair, I do use inspirational verses. They're just from sci-fi shows. Like, the avalanche has already started. It's just too late for the pebbles to vote. And I could say Kosh and then season and episode, and that would make it, I could put that up in the background. People would, "Oh, that's so prophetic." And it's not. It's just cryptic crap. I mean, it has its meaning, but, Anyways. So, I'm not quitting football. Perhaps my long snapping days are actually over, and I need to focus more on linebacker. Probably one of the more attentive linebackers on the team. So, if that's going to be a thing, with attendance and all that stuff, I better make the best skill I can, rather than trying to split my focus. And I have all of quarantine to learn things, like, getting a tattoo, or taking Dutch lessons. And I worry that, taking Dutch lessons is going to be a lot like, literally, going to be school. Even if it's just one class, I've never really been good at the homework thing, and especially during social distancing, there's a lot of work at home stuff, and I was just never good at homework. This is why football is a little bit better for me, because there is homework to do. But it's just not the same when you're learning, you're out physically doing, and then you have to process it later, whereas learning a language is almost rote memorization. I didn't even like that with math. Honestly, I liked Common Core better than after a fashion, than I liked regular rote memorization. And that's another thing. It's like all these people in the States are mocking teachers by proving that the old way of doing things is better, because I can do math better than a teacher, and all I am is an essential worker, which is the worst thing that's happening right now. The ladies at the bakery, the guys at the butcher, they don't take pride and browbeat people with the term of essential worker. But the teenagers in their early 20s, the up-and-coming Gen Z, are utilizing essential worker as like, well, I can't, protect myself from this virus properly because I have to go to work. Whereas, like, the people that are in their 30s and the younger millennials are utilizing it as, finally you've recognized that my job is important, and they're starting to get an arrogance about it. And it's like, there's like class warfare happening with the term essential worker, and it's like, this isn't helping the situation. Nobody, like, I've talked to Philip at the bar. He's not an essential worker. I even brought up the term essential worker. I had to translate it for him because he didn't understand the concept. He understood the concept. It's just the terminology for essential worker was a bit weird. He's also 18. So it's. But even when we go to a porterhouse and I talk with like Byron and all that stuff, they don't really understand why people are doing that. And there's just a lot of bullshit coming out of the States, and I don't get it. I wish I did. The more I try to understand it, the more stupid and frivolous it seems. People have been radically undereducated. Sorry. Lips did not want to work on that one. And now they're demonizing intelligence and anyone, and if you finally figure out a piece of facts that reveal the true nature of the world, you become woke. And since you're woke and other people aren't, you start browbeating people with that because, obviously you're better than the other people. It's just, there's such a small man complex in the United States, and I don't know what causes it, really. It's everyone's trying to. It's just, I've defriended and snoozed so many people in the last 30 days because in the last 30 days, because it's getting toxic listening to people from the States. There's like a baseline depression that, and I made an analogy a long time ago, a couple of years ago, that I finally am not sitting inside the coals, but I'm sitting outside the campfire, and I realized you can still be warm without roasting your skin off. And so it just, I don't know. The hell was that? Oh, Seaport. Phone's going through notifications because it's about that time for my games to come back up. But anyways. So, I guess that's that. I realize that this is the time that people need for reassessing the world, and that a lot of people are now dealing with the massive just crap that's going on in the world because, people are stuck at home more often than they would like. So when they get on the internet, they see a lot more information. And, I bet I've probably been defriended by a great number of people because I want to say I speak truth to power. That's so not true. It's just, I guess I'm just tired. And I don't know what to do about it. That even close friends and family are trying to whip other people up into a frenzy. Like, it's totally not necessary. Like, that's all I know to do. Or some bullshit. And the people that actually did have level heads, still do have level heads, barely talk on social media. So I don't get to be level-headed with them, and that's what I miss with the team, is that I actually went and physically talked to people, was around them, and I was getting more level-headed, not sitting back here dealing with the bullshit coming out of the United States. I try to read the stuff that comes out in Dutch, but most of my teammates and the people I know in the Netherlands don't post. Like, I've gone to their pages, and some of their stuff they haven't posted since February. Almost like they, with lockdown, they locked themselves down. They got off social media, which is, to be fair, understandable. But having a relative job that requires me to be involved in social media, I look at it and okie dokie. So yeah, still have a long way to go because that's about 32 minutes. I guess this is stream of consciousness. I'm dicking around on my phone, occasionally looking up to see where I'm at on this pathway, and this is not the right path I was supposed to be taking. Had to turn around back there, and yeah. Anyways, it was a nice day yesterday. It's going to be a nice day today, but I don't know. There's just so much that I kind of needed my team for, and I don't have that now. All I have is my weird past coming back and explaining things to me that I don't like. Yeah. And I guess that's why I need my team back. It's not just for football. It's because I need rational, relaxed people. That's barely anybody coming out of the United States right now. I mean, no matter who I pay attention to, there's always just a ever-loving butt ton of stress and anxiety and whatnot. And the few times I do see Dutchies posting, it's almost like that picture I shared a couple months ago, where there's like 3 people in a hazmat suit poking around at something in the thing, and then the dad just sort of standing there in shorts and a t-shirt, and it was just like China, United States, Italy, and then the guy in regular clothing was the Netherlands, and they were all around COVID-19 or coronavirus. I guess the thing is I need the Dutch more in my life than I need the United States, and I guess that's what's weird. I can't have that, at least until September. It may not even be after that one, because they may require the Mondkapje on the trains, and I've tried doing home stuff, and the breathing just gets me all worked up, and so I'm going to have to figure out what to do that doesn't require that one. If that means keeping a haircut, not working at stuff, because whatever. I don't know. I just wish I could do something to help the United States, but every time I do, it seems like they're being antithetical to the entire nature of being relaxed and chill. They screamingly looking for something to freak out over. And I've noticed that over the last couple of years. Like, you don't need to freak out over something. You can just, what is, it is what it is. That's not what people want. At least my friends list coming out of the States. But anyways, I guess that's it. I guess I just talked my head off. It's been about 30 minutes. Just gonna let you guys enjoy the rest of this video. About 9:25. I should be heading to the bakery here soon. If you have any questions about what was on the video, please put in timestamps exactly under number, number. Like, if you're wondering something, just do it. You can comment. Comments are allowed. You don't need to send an email. The functionality of YouTube is the more comments, the more likes, the more YouTube sees this as a good thing. If people don't like and don't comment on the video, YouTube doesn't understand it. If I get a giant email from someone about the comments, it's like, what? And I don't know. I'd say thank you for coming along on this journey, but it's just been me riding a bike from Amsterdam Oost all the way out to Sloterdijk. And yeah, enjoy the last minute or so.